with y'all, man? It's your boy Unseen coming at y'all with another video. So today, today, as you could tell by the title of the video, man, we getting into the dark night of the soul. Before this video gets started, though, if you guys could drop a like, comment, subscribe, you know the fucking vibes, man. You know the vibes. We out here, bruh. If you guys haven't already, be sure to go check out my Twitch. I'll be streaming on Twitch as well. In addition to making these YouTube videos, twitch.tv/unseen6. I'll leave a link in the description. But yeah, man, without further ado, let's get into the video about the dark night of the soul. So what the fuck is the dark night of the soul, you may ask? For those of y'all that don't know, dark night of the soul is essentially spiritual depression. And if you have ever experienced the dark night of the soul, some of the signs that and you may be going through it right now and you just don't know it, man. So I'm gonna give you all some signs that you're going through the dark night of the soul that I've written down. So, and this is from my experience too, because I know I've been through it. There could be times where I'm going through it again. It can show up multiple times, man. And I know I went through it back when, probably about a year ago, right before I opened up my third eye. I know I went through a dark night of the soul. I know I went through a spiritual depression because I was searching. I was really asking for truth. I was really asking to be revealed to the truth. And in that moment, and in that time period that I wasn't really getting in, I was just like trying to take care of myself. I kind of fell into like depression because I'm like, bro, I need some kind of direction. And it also happened right after I opened my third eye. I really started to see the world for what the fuck it was. That's when most people go through the dark night of soul, is right after they go through a spiritual awakening. And some signs that you may be going through the dark night of the soul is you feel like you got no fucking purpose in this world, especially in the Matrix. Because you know that's another sign, is you don't feel like you fit in with the Matrix. So I'm going to tie those two reasons in together. So you don't feel like you got no purpose just in the world in general, outside of the Matrix, just within this universe. Because you're like, what the fuck are we even here for, bro? You're like, what's the point? Like, why are we fucking here? We just came here to live for like a fixed amount of time, and then we just pass on and we just die. Like, we just leave. You have those thoughts, you kind of get into that mode where it's like, bro, I'm not here for that. Like, fuck that. Like, that shit is so stupid. And those thoughts probably resurface more and more the more and more you go out into this Matrix and you see shit happening on the news or whatever. You probably gonna think like, what the fuck is this? What's the point of this shit? And that's similar. A lot of this stuff is similar to kind of like normal Matrix type depression, but it's like a spiritual depression because it's talking about your soul purpose and the shit that you came here to do, that you signed up for before you were born type shit. So one, you don't really feel, you feel a lack of purpose or direction in your life because you figured out some shit that not a lot of people know, that the average person don't know. Number two, you feel like you don't fit into this construct of society, the Matrix. You don't feel like you fit in because, once again, the spiritual awakening you had, that shit set it off for you. That shit made you, like, it confirmed how you've always been feeling about the world, and then you really just figured out that this is true. So when you find out a lot more truth, the truth is supposed to hurt you. The truth really does hurt, man. It hurt me when I found out a lot of shit, because everything you loved was actually bad for you. Everything gets flipped when you go through a spiritual awakening. So that's a recipe for depression. That's a recipe for the dark night of the soul that you're supposed to go through. Is you just gonna feel that way you're just gonna feel like that. And it's okay, man, because everybody goes through this. Everybody who's gone through a spiritual awakening has gone through the dark night of the soul. And if you haven't yet and you've gone through a spiritual awakening, you're in for it, man. I don't think anybody dodges it. It's just a part of this human experience that we're having. So basically, everything flips. Everything you've ever loved, you realize that shit was poison. So that can really fuck with your mental. That can fuck with the mind. And when that fucks with the mind, it's going to fuck with how you feel physically. You probably going to start, eating a lot. You probably gonna look to things for validation or as a form of relief, stress relief, like depression type shit, like coping mechanisms. And in turn, that's going to affect how you are spiritually. So that's what I mean. It's the mind, body, spirit. Another sign that you're going through the dark night of the soul. Another sign is that you feel misunderstood by everybody. You feel like everybody you fucking talk to just doesn't get it. And that's probably one of the most, that was one of the most prominent things that I noticed when I went through the dark night of the soul. And it still happens now. I still feel like nobody fucking gets me. But the difference is I understand and overstand why. When you're in the dark night of the soul, you don't get it. And you don't get why nobody gets it. Type shit. You don't get it because your whole life, you were used to everybody really connecting with you and knowing what the fuck you're saying and knowing what you're trying to say without sounding like you're crazy. But when you go through a spiritual awakening, the way you gonna talk to people after, the information that you gonna say is the truth. So when you tell somebody who hasn't seen the truth, that's gonna rub them the wrong way. That's gonna make them look at you like you crazy. And in turn, that's gonna make you feel like you was misunderstood because they just not on the same level. And in turn, because this is a human interaction, you just gonna feel like, bro, nobody fucking gets it. And as humans, we're social. We're social, man. So when you exhibit your social skills and nobody fucking gets it, you're like, what the fuck is this even for? Like, once again, it leads you to that big question of why am I even here? It leads you to those bigger questions of what's the point type shit. Those really deep questions that are prominent when you're in the dark night of the soul. So you're going to feel misunderstood by a lot of people. It's going to suck. It's going to suck. Another sign that you are in the dark night of the soul, man, is you just want the fucking truth. You just don't, you're tired of being lied to, and you feel like because no human gets it, that you just want you just know that the universe is the only fucking one that gets it. And you're kind of angry at the universe because you also want a human that gets it, bro. That's a human thing to want another physical being to share this with. It's normal. That's how I felt. I was like, yo, I know the universe is the only entity that gets it. I know the creator. I know even fucking animals. When you talking to animals, you know that they feel it on a telepathic level. Like, you don't even got to say words. You just feel it. With humans, you don't. So you won't be angry at the universe for like, why the fuck does nobody get it? And that's how you know you're going through the dark night of souls, because you just want that connection now with the universe at this point. You're like, yo, I'm done with people type shit. I've moved on. Like, or you're in the process of moving on from people and realizing people for who the fuck they are. Whether it be your family, anybody. You're realizing who the fuck people are. That they're just everybody's a spiritual being. We're all energy. And everybody's on a different frequencies. And most of the people are on like a certain frequency. You may be over here. They may be over here. You may be down here and they may be up here. Or you may be up here and they may be down here. It's never going to be compatible. So that's what it's like when you're in the dark night of soul. It's just not compatible with people. But you know what is compatible is your connection with the universe, your connection with yourself. And that's all you're going to really have throughout that. And throughout your spiritual journey, all you really got is yourself anyways. But these are harsh realities that you have to accept. That's the difference, is when you're on the dark night of the soul, this is a transition phase. This is a phase that you're in. Note how I said phase. Temporary phase. This is a phase that you're in when you're starting to accept these harsh truths. You're starting to wake up. You're starting to understand what the fuck it is you're going through. You're starting to understand how everything works. And when you, at the same time, you may feel like you're lacking direction though, but you're slowly piecing it together. And that's how you make it out of it, is you slowly piece this shit together. Another sign that you're probably in the dark night of the soul is you realize that you gotta like live in the matrix. And that kind of goes back into like my first 2 points about the matrix and the point, what's the point of all this? Is when you realize like you're in the matrix, you're like, bro, I know I didn't come here to live in the matrix. I know I didn't come here to live in the matrix. And I will tell you, for people, I know this whole planet right now is going through a dark night of the soul. What the fuck is happening? A lot of people are going through awakenings, and a lot of people are going through dark nights of the soul. So if you're going through a dark night of the soul, or if you feel like you just don't know what the fuck to do right now, I got some good news for y'all. Because when you go through the dark night of the soul, you realize you got to live in this fucking system. You got to live in this matrix. You got to live the 9 to 5. You got to work the 9 to 5. You got to work for someone else. You don't get to explore what the fuck you really want. You have to rely on your boss. You got to rely on a piece of paper as validation so you can get things that you're supposed to naturally have, because we live on the earth. Like, we have to pay for what the fuck is already here type shit. It's like, bro, think about that. That shit can really fuck you up, because it fucks me up sometimes. And I think about it like, yo, we gotta pay for we gotta pay for what's here. We gotta pay with a piece of paper for something that's naturally here, for something that was given to us by the creator, by the universe. Yo, I'm not with that. And that's what you're gonna realize in the dark night of the soul, is like, bro, I'm not with this whole system. And the good news about this is that this system gonna fall, bruh. For everybody going through it right now, mark my words, this system, if you decide to stay with the NWO, the new world, that's gonna happen after the system fall, then you're gonna live in this matrix. But for the people who are ready, who have been stocking up, who have been learning how to start gardening, who have been learning these things to rely on your own, you're not gonna have to live in no system, man. Yeah, you're gonna have some money to be able to support yourself in starting off fresh, but in the long run, you're gonna know how to grow your own food. You're gonna know how to find some fresh water. You're gonna know how to you're gonna know how to purify your water. You're gonna know these things. And you don't gotta rely on no government. You don't gotta rely on no grocery stores. You don't gotta rely on no hardware stores, because you already got the shit. You already prepared. So that's what I mean, is you gotta prepare right now for not being able for being able to not live in this matrix. So that is what I mean, is soon, man, soon this matrix will fall, and you don't have to really realize, you don't have to feel like you gotta work in this system for the rest of your life. And if it doesn't fall and shit is the same, then yo, you won't have to learn how to be able to make money work for you. And I'm currently learning on how to get some passive income, how to really start your own business, being your own boss, entrepreneur type shit. Because this shit ain't easy, man. This shit is not easy. You gonna have to put in some work regardless. You gonna have to put in some work. That's part of manifesting what the fuck you want. Is you can't just sit around and think about it all day and think I'm manifesting this, but you ain't putting in no work. That's the shit that they don't really tell you when you gotta manifest some shit. Me losing my weight. You gonna go watch my first video back in February. My first ever video. It's called The Start of a Journey. The first ever video I made was back in February. I was probably 285 pounds, right? This is an example of me manifesting something. I was like 285 pounds, right? They tell you, if you've ever watched a manifestation video, they tell you, oh, like, don't focus on it, or like, it will come to you type shit. I never really got that. But little did I know, the entire time, I'm here right now, and I picked up on this. I received this download a few days ago. Like, I manifested my weight loss type shit. Is because I thought about, yo, me wearing this damn shirt, I couldn't wear this shirt 7 months ago. I couldn't fit into this shirt 7 months ago. I've had this shirt this is a Capital Steez shirt, by the way. I've had this shirt for 2 years, because I bought it 2 years ago and they gave me the wrong size. This was a size lower. So I waited. I put in work. I thought about it. I'm like, yo, my goal is to be able to fit into this shirt because I want to wear this shirt with the 47 on the background, on the back of it right here. As you can see, the 47 and the balance on it. I wanted to wear this. So I was like, yo, how am I going? I got to lose weight. And then but the thing is I wasn't chasing that. They tell you in manifestation not to chase what you're after, but rather just let it come to you. Just let it happen. And I realized that's what I did. I thought I was chasing weight loss, but I really wasn't. I just focused on my diet because I realized my main mindset was something else other than focusing on me losing the weight. I was focused on what the fuck I'm putting in my body, that what the fuck I am putting in my body, if it's or not if it's GMO, then like I'm not real type shit. So if you focus on another thing, that will naturally come to you. So that's part of manifesting it, is you really have to put the work in, because you really got to put the work in. So I know this was kind of a little side, like a tangent I went off, because this is really talking about the dark night of the soul, but more specifically, this is how the fuck you make it out of the matrix. Is you got to learn how to manifest. You just have to apply that concept that I just gave y'all with like manifesting money or some side income. You're going to have to apply that concept. If you feel like you don't fit in with this system, hey bro, I'm right there with you. Just know I'm right there with you. So I know I've been kind of like going off on tangents on the signs that you're in the dark night of the soul, what it feels like. I can give you all that shit all the time, right? Most importantly, I'm gonna tell y'all how the fuck you can help deal with it, right? There's no way to really cure it, because you gotta go through it whether you like it or not. I don't think anybody likes it. But diamonds are made under pressure, man. Diamonds are made under pressure. So just know that once you make it out of this, you gonna be indestructible. You gonna be indestructible. You're gonna be broke down so much that you got broke down so much. You got hit with the truth. You got hit with everything, and now you coming back up. And what the fuck? You gonna come back stronger than you ever felt. You gonna become a god. You gonna become a goddess. You gonna really feel divine. You gonna really feel like you just that person. You that dude. Like you really gonna feel that. And I feel it right now. I feel it right now. Even if you're not on like semen retention, because semen retention amplifies that feeling. Semen retention really amplifies that. But even if you're not on that shit, yo, I still walk around knowing like, yo, I'm that dude. I went through this shit. I lost all this weight. I went through this shit. I can do fucking anything. It's just a matter of time before it actually manifests. I know manifest is like the popular word to say nowadays, but that's really what it is. So just know that when you deal with this, just know what the fuck is going to happen after you make it out. That's what's going to happen. I guarantee it, man. It's hard to, if you in it right now, if you in the dark night of the soul right now, and you hear me just saying that, you probably going to be like, yeah, okay, bro. You were like, yeah, I get it. Like, just fucking move on already type shit. You probably gonna be like, yeah, all right. It's just like, it's just filler talk. It's just making it sound like sexy or whatever. Like, no, bro, this shit really, it may sound cliche, but it's true. It's true. I'm not gonna lie to y'all, man. I don't got the fucking energy to lie to y'all. I really don't want to. There's no fucking point. There's no point in telling a lie on this video. So just know, it may not happen on your timing. It may just come naturally, but just know you gonna know that you made it through something, and you gonna feel like you that dude. But yeah, so another way to deal with it. I did mention semen retention, right? Semen retention is a way to deal with it, because once again, this is spiritual depression. Dark night of the soul is essentially spiritual depression. And a way you can deal with that, a little hack, is if you've been jacking off, if you've been beating your meat all the time, and you in the dark night of the soul, and you doing that, yo, it's no wonder why you feeling like you just can't do shit. Because if you just wasting energy, you got no energy, and then if you got no energy, you can't really manifest shit. You can't think about what the fuck it is you want to do with your life because you got no energy to put your like to put towards those thoughts. You got nothing, bro. You got archons attached to you. You got demons attached to you from jacking off all the time. So that's what's going to take over. That's going to cloud your consciousness. That's going to be clouding your conscience. Is those things, not shit that's really going to help you make it out. So once again, I know I made a video on semen retention. My last video, I talked a lot about semen retention. It's a lot easier said than done, man. But hey, you just gotta, once you can do that, you can do anything. It's a marathon, not a sprint. Shout out Nipsey Hussle. It's a marathon, man. It's a marathon. So just know, semen retention is going to help you. It's going to help you get out of the dark night of the soul a lot quicker. And it's going to help that process more because you got no archons, you got no demons, you got no bad spirits attached to you. You got none of that attached to you. Or at least you've fought off a lot of them. And I also forgot to mention this in my last video too. If you're watching this video now, my last video I was telling you shit that you need to let go of once the shift takes place. And I was just talking to you about what the fuck's going on. You gotta face your fucking demons. If you're in the dark night of the soul, you gotta face those demons, bro. That's what that is. You face your demons in the dark night of the soul. You face the bad side of you. You face the devil side of you. You gotta face that. It's never gonna go away, but you're gonna face it. You're gonna look it in the eyes. You gotta learn how to look yourself in the mirror. Talk to yourself. Have these self-talks, man. Because when I'm talking to a fucking camera right now, ain't nobody in this damn room. Ain't nobody in this room. So I'm really doing that shit right now. I'm looking in the mirror talking to myself. I'm really looking in the mirror talking to myself saying, you got to start doing this. You got to start doing that. Start doing that with yourself in the mirror. You may, like, they've made it seem like it's crazy to do that. Like, society's made it seem like you're a crazy person if you talk to yourself. Yo, if you go, like, you got to have, this is what spirituality is. It's a relationship with yourself because you are divine. And also with the creator. It's a relationship with yourself. So if you ain't gonna talk to yourself, yo, no wonder why the dark night of the soul is fucking you up. No wonder why you feeling so misguided in life. You gotta talk to your fucking self. You gotta really talk to yourself and be about that shit. Another way that you can deal with the dark night of the soul, how to deal with what the fuck is going on, is sun gazing and also stargazing. The reason I say this is because when you sun gaze, you are connecting yourself. Be sure you ground yourself when you sun gaze too. When you ground yourself to the earth, you take off all your shoes and socks. You put your bare feet on the fucking earth, on the planet. Do that because when you sun gaze and you've grounded while you sun gazing, especially, you don't have to, but that's going to really help if you do. You are connecting to the source, to the creator, to the universe. If you that's strengthening your connection automatically with it. That's building up energy. You receiving downloads from the sun, from Ra. You receiving divine information, bro. You receiving that information. You receiving energy. And that's going to make you feel good, man. You're going to feel great. You're going to feel like, and that's going to help with open the third eye. That's going to help you see through the illusion. That's going to help you follow your intuition. And when you follow your intuition, you won't know you following your intuition. When you know you following your intuition, you know you're on the right path. Because in the dark night of the soul, you don't know like what path to follow. You feel like you don't have a path to follow. When you do that, you won't have some guidance from your ancestors, from the sun, from Ra. You won't have that guidance, man. So it's important that you sun gaze because it's going to help. It's going to help with that information, building up your energy. It's going to really help with that, man. It's going to give you a connection to something at least, because people ain't going to help you. People are only people. They're only humans. When you connect into divine, like the Most High, that's what happens. When you connect to the Most High, when you connect into something up here, you're going to be automatically raising your vibration. So when you raise your vibration, you're not going to be at the dark night of the soul, which is down here. And stargazing too. Stargazing. I say this because this one, I made videos on stargazing. This one got me, man. Stargazing got me. Because once again, I made a video on stargazing. If you guys haven't seen my video on that, be sure to go check that out, man. But I'm going to kind of reiterate some information from that. When you look at the stars, when you look into the universe, that's what you're looking at. And you living in the moment. That's a form of meditation, is being still in the moment, looking at the stars, looking at this dark space, darkness. And it's literally, I just got this download now. When you looking into darkness and you in the dark night of the soul, you in this dark, depressed state, you looking at what the fuck, you looking at your demons, you facing how you're feeling, you're facing those feelings. When you look into darkness, when you look up instead of down at these damn phones, when you looking up into darkness, into dark space, into this, dark matter type shit, you facing what the fuck you're feeling. And when you face your fears, what you feeling, when you face that, you're literally facing it head on. Your head is going to be like facing it physically, not even figuratively head on. You literally facing it head on. So how the fuck you think that's going to make you feel? Do I even really need to explain how that's going to help you? It ain't going to hurt you. Like, yo, that's going to give you even more purpose. That's going to give you even more direction. Because you facing what the fuck you've been dealing with. Head on, literally. Instead of dodging it, instead of, going on Instagram, instead of, going, eating fast food, doing all that bullshit, hanging out with your friends in the Matrix type shit. You facing your inner struggles that nobody else can face for you. So that's why I say to stargaze. It's because you doing that. In addition, you appreciating life. You appreciating what the fuck has been around for thousands of years. You doing the same movements. This is for me personally, this is why I love stargazing, this is why I love sun gazing, this is why I love getting into gardening too and doing these things. Is because the movements that you are doing when you are doing these things are the movements, these are the same movements and actions that the ancestors was doing. And by that, by nature, you are connecting with your ancestors because you are doing, whether you digging to make the soil to plant a seed, you doing movements your ancestors was doing. So you moving like the ancestors. And for me, I get immediate, that's instant gratification for me. That makes me feel so much more connected. So when you stargazing, you know that the ancestors did this shit too, because this shit's been around forever. So that's why I say to stargaze, because it's important that y'all strengthen y'all connection with the universe, with the cosmos. And when you stargaze, it's going to help with the crown chakra. It's going to help with the third eye chakra, because those colors in the night sky, those are the colors of those chakras, the upper chakras. So that's the crown chakra, is literally your connection to the universe. That's the last chakra you're supposed to be at. That's the last one. And that shows that you're connected. So you're strengthening your connection once again with stargazing. Another way to help deal with the dark night of the soul, I pretty much just mentioned this, right, as my last reason, but work on the chakras. Work on your chakras, bro. I'm not saying that I have all my chakras open. I know my chakras aren't open. I do know my crown and my third eye are open, and I'm working on the root right now. And frankly, you're supposed to start at the root chakra. That's why it's called the root chakra. It's the first one. You're supposed to work your way up. But for me, I started with this one. I started with the third eye. So it's important that you work on your chakras and you balance your chakras. You don't want to have an overactive third eye. You don't want to have an overactive heart chakra. You don't want to have an overactive root chakra, or you don't want to have you don't want to have a dead root chakra. You don't have, not a dead one, but like an underactive, like less strong, one that isn't developed. You want to be in the middle. It's all about balance. So That could be another reason why you're in the dark night of the soul as well, is because your chakras aren't balanced, man. And that's where you got to work on, because the chakras are energy centers throughout your body. So when energy is flowing throughout your chakras, you're going to feel whole. When your chakras are blocked, energy ain't going to be able to flow there. So that's what you got to do, is you got to put in physical work. Physically is why I say do yoga to help unblock those chakras. Spiritually, mentally, meditation, that's going to help. Sun gazing going to help. Grounding yourself going to help with the root chakra. It's important that y'all work on these things, and I can make a video on the chakras and what I know about them. And I'm not gonna lie, man. I'm not perfect, man. We're all at different stages in our journey, so not all my chakras are open. I know that, but I'm working, man. I'm working. That's important. If you working towards it, I respect you for that. Especially if you in this period of the dark night of the soul and you working on your chakras, yo, bro. I respect you for that. I respect you, because you really could just end up doing nothing. You didn't have to do that. So respect to you, but work on your chakras, because it's going to help increase the energy flow throughout your body. When you have energy flowing throughout your body, that's nothing but peace, positive vibrations. There's no blockages. There's nothing really stopping the flow of energy. That's why it's important too to also work on the posture. I'm not gonna lie, man, my posture ain't the greatest. Me sitting in this damn chair right now is not helping my posture, but because the posture helps with the kundalini energy that flows up from your vertebrae that start at the root chakra at the base of the spine. It flows up your 33 vertebrae all the way up to the back of your head, where the pineal gland is, because the pineal gland is really in the back of your head. This is where people say the pineal gland is, right? But it's really in the back of your fucking head. So it's important y'all work on the posture to help with the energy flow throughout your chakras. It's important y'all do that, man. Because if you don't have the kundalini energy flowing to the pineal gland, if you don't have it flowing up, that's what you're lacking in. That's how you know you're lacking in something. And also stay consistent with the meditations, because you got to have a connection with the divine, man. You got to have that connection with the divine when you're in this period of darkness. When you're in this period of darkness and you got nothing, you got no connection with nothing, yo, that's why it's gonna be even worse for you. That's why it's probably that rough. Those are the ways I help y'all deal with this. And to close this out, it's not really a reason, but or a way to help you cope with it. It's more so something that you know is the truth. Everybody who's gone through a spiritual awakening has gone through the dark night of the soul. I said that originally. Because, let's use some logic here. Because you know that this is a common thing, because you know that a lot of, like, everybody who's gone through a spiritual awakening has gone through a dark night of the soul, and you are going through one right now, and you may feel like you're not on the right path or anything or like that, you are on the right path. It may not seem like it, but using logic here, I'm trying to get y'all to not compare yourself to other people, because everybody's unique, right? But this is a common parallel between everybody in the conscious community. We've all gone through a dark night of the soul. So because we've all gone through a dark night of the soul and you're going through one, just know that this is part of the process, and this is what's supposed to fucking happen. This is how it's supposed to go down. So it ain't going to be pretty when you're going through it, but just have this, be able to step outside your body, be able to look on, like, from the outside in, and realize, yo, these people all went through it. So because I'm going through it, I know I must be on the right path, or I know that, like, it's okay that I'm going through this. It's kind of like, and once again, it's very similar to depression, but this is a spiritual depression, so it's going to have there's going to be certain parameters, certain variables, I should say, that are different than like normal matrix type depression. So because a lot of people have gone through it and you're going through it, you know that this is what's supposed to happen. You know this is going to build you up. You're going to be broken down so you can get built back up type shit. And yeah, man, it's important that you realize that you have that increased, or you have that knowledge of that. Because when I was going through it, Yo, I didn't know that this was a common thing. And I know they say in normal depression, like you're not alone type shit. This one, you're also not alone, man. I'm here. Like I've went through it, bro. I went through it. So just know that because I went through it and I've woken up, just know that you're on the right path. You fucking doing the right thing, bro. You doing the right thing. And once you have this knowledge that everybody's gone through it and that this is what's needed to happen, I encourage you. This is going to be really hard. Take that information, meditate on that, go within, and when you go within and look yourself in the mirror and do this too, and also meditate on this and say this to yourself in the meditation. Let go of this let go, release, not don't jack off and release. Let go, like let go of this clouding over you. Let go of that, because when you have to let go of it. That's how the fuck you make it out. That's one way. That's like, for me, that's how I indirectly made it out of the dark night of the soul. I kind of made it out of the dark night of the soul by letting go of it. And I didn't really realize that when I was in the middle of letting go. I didn't realize I was really letting go. But for the people who are in it, learn to let go of it. It's going to be tough. It's going to be fucking tough. But that's part of the process. So don't think that you got to do this shit all instantly. Don't think it's going to happen instantly. It's not. It's not supposed to, rather. It's all a process, man. But just know, when you make it out of the dark night of the soul, you had to have let go of that. Otherwise, the dark night of the soul, some of the things you ain't addressed may come up. They may come up again. Some of the demons you ain't faced may come up again. So that's why it's important to learn how to let go, face those demons, take care of yourself, do the things that you know you need to do. Because I've been saying this for so long, and take it from someone like me who's really transformed their fucking life in this whole year of 2020. The worst fucking year, according to bots, you know? The worst fucking year. I changed my life around. The worst fucking year for bots has been the best year of my life. So just know, take it from me, man, that you gotta let go. That's how I grew. That's how I made this progress. And I'm excited to see y'all transform, man. I'm excited to see y'all make it out of this. Just know I'm fucking here, though. Just know I'm here. And I see y'all, man. I resonate. This one really hits because it's personal to everybody. But yeah, man. If you guys enjoyed that video, be sure to drop a like, comment, subscribe. You know the fucking vibes. Go check out my Twitch, man. I've been streaming on that Twitch. Streaming that Assassin's Creed. I've been playing a lot of Assassin's Creed Origins, which is about ancient Kemet. So if you want to learn about Kemet with me, if you want to come explore and really dive into a beautiful game that encompasses ancient Kemet, come check out my streams on Twitch. Come drop by, say what's up. If you got a question about Kemet, or if you got a question about spirituality or anything, if you just trying to talk about music or whatever, my reaction videos, anything, just anything, man, come drop by my Twitch, twitch.tv/unseen6. Link is in the description. You know the vibes, man. But yeah, it's been your boy Unseen. I'll catch y'all in the next one, man. Peace.